The Cinoart Precision Tamper, is it the best sub $1,000 tamper? Hey, stick about, I'll tell you all you need to know. G'day everyone, I'm Luke. Welcome back to the Artisti YouTube channel where we guide you through all things coffee. So you don't miss out on one of our latest videos, hey, make sure you subscribe, like and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified when we put up our latest video. And if you've got a comment, hey, please leave it down below. We do love answering those. So today we're looking at the Cinoart PT2 Tamper. Now it is a new tamper out in the market. We've had about a month to play with this thing and we've trialed it next to some of the high-end units. So we just want to give you the info about the specs on it, but also what we've thought about it through that time. So just to start with the specs about the machine, it comes standard with a 58.3mm tamper. You've got the range of 2 kilos up to 30 kilos of pressure, so that's a really great range. It is a metal build, so which is nice and sturdy and pretty handy there as a unit. You do have a 3-option tamp setting, so you can choose to have that press once, twice, or 3 times like a clap. But what is so cool about that, each one of those actual tamps can be a different pressure. The unit itself runs off a 12-volt adapter, so not chewing up a heap of power. It is pretty small in terms of footprint, just a little bit taller on the unit here. The way the actual mechanism works is called a GLS, or the guided leveling system. So it's a little bit different to some other tampers, but it does mean that you do feel that basket perfectly before it tamps, which is a really cool bit of tech. So the units come standard with a 58.3 tamping head. You can actually get that in a 54, a 57 or a 58 as a special order. And that surface is actually a non-stick nanotechnology. And what does that mean? Well, when we look at coffee grind, it can be a little bit staticky. So that surface helps reduce the coffee grinds as it tamps to actually stick to that surface, and will actually mean that your brew recipe is going to be better because all the coffee is in your coffee basket. So its tamping cycle speed is 1.2 seconds, so that's the time it takes to come down, tamp your coffee and come back up. And as I mentioned before, if you want a double or triple tamp, obviously that will increase the tamp time that you're going to have the handle stuck into that basket. And so the unit is available in black or white. This white does have a little bit of a silver top on there as well. It looks quite smart. And for full reference, you do have a little card here which gives you a quick rundown of what's actually in the box, but also a guide to be able to go to the digital side to set it up properly. So just a handy little tool in case you lose the paperwork. So that's a rundown on the specs. So what have we found about the Cinoart over the last month while we've been using it here in our espresso bar? Well, we've actually played with it across a lot of different features. So we've really looked into how the 1 tamp option works, to a double tamp and a triple tamp, and how that actually will affect your extraction. Now, we've actually been running it here with the new GB5 actually, which is cool. So we've been looking at the different pressures, like a low pressure to start, and then a medium pressure, and then a heavy pressure, and how that affects our extraction with light roast and dark roast coffee. Now, that's opened a whole world of different taste for us in this experiment. So what is right, what is wrong, that's probably something for you to decide. We'd love to hear what you've come up with if you give that a go. But overall, it is great for that flexibility to choose those options. So we went back to actually keeping it a bit easy so we could compare from other units that we've used, and left it at 14 kilos. Now, we've found over that time that it's been very consistent in our extractions, especially when we've been able to be weighing the end shots because of the Lamazocco with the scales inbuilt. So shot for shot, we are not seeing any variables because of the tamping. If anything, it's made it far more standardized for our baristas here to give an amazing shot. So usability, it's very simple. If you want to drop the actual unit to give it a clean, you just press and hold the button and it will drop down. If you want to change easily from a 10 kilo, 20 kilo or 30 kilo pressure, there's 3 set buttons there. If you want to increase or decrease by a kilo, you just use the up or down arrow. So that's nice and easy. And then you've got the time as well. So you can increase or decrease the time of that tamp. To get a bit further in the menu, you basically just press and hold the buttons and it gives you access to set up the single, double or triple tamp and the pressures that are applied on each one of those tamps that you have. So it's pretty easy. There's nothing hard. It's a very easy menu to understand, which is great for the average user. So once we had this set up properly, by inverting the unit and popping our group handle in and adjusting the saddle correctly, we found that it was actually a really good experience, because in other Tampers we found the really fast pressure that they were putting on top of that group handle would actually allow it to flex and move. But with this, the slower speed actually allowed the handle to really stay steady, level, and we felt like we weren't getting a shift in that coffee puck because of the movement that you can get in your handle. So for me, that's actually a really cool, I guess, tick for the engineering behind this unit. Now, how does that actually activate the plunger to come down, or the tamper to come down on top of the coffee? Under here, it is a bit of a safety mechanism. It will only activate if you've got metal being sensed at the back. So again, that does happen on other units, but you won't get your hands jammed in there, which is a nice safety feature. So what don't I like about the Cinoart? Well, keeping in mind it does have a very great price point, it is a little bit tall and a little bit top heavy. And I only say that because when you do use it a lot, it does have like a non-stick rubber base, which is great, but we did find it just sneaking a little bit over towards a grinder throughout the day, and it actually hit the switch and turned the grinder off. Did it a couple of times, so just something to be aware of. Not a real big issue, but just want to point that one out for you. The Cinoart PT2 Tamper we've been using for a month. So far, we cannot fault it. It's been great. We'd see it's very good value for that sub $1,000 mark. If you don't have a automatic tamper in your cafe, this is a great way to start. Get into it. It'll create so much consistency in your espresso shots for your cafe, and your baristas are going to love it. Obviously, reduced RSI is the other factor as to why you would put an automatic tamper into your cafe. So if you need any more info on the Cinoart PT2, we'll leave a link below. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. Catch you soon.